Everyone sees the highlights. They see the jewelry, the private jets, and the game-winning shots at the buzzer with 20,000 people screaming your name. But the NBA doesn't start there. It starts in the silence. It starts at 4:30 a.m. when the world is still gray and cold, and the only sound is the rhythm of a ball hitting the pavement. You think you're talented? Forget it. Talent is the cheapest commodity in this industry. Every kid in every city thinks they're the next big thing. What separates a dreamer from a pro is the ghost phase. You have to be willing to be a ghost. No parties, no distractions, no applause, just you and the hoop. If you aren't obsessed, you're already out. The league is a meat grinder and it eats talented kids for breakfast. You need to build a foundation of grit that can't be shaken when the lights get bright. You are training to be a professional, not a celebrity. Every dribble has to have a purpose. Every shot has to be a statement. You aren't just playing a game, you are auditioning for a spot that millions of people want. And most of them are hungrier than you. You have to outwork the hungry. You have to be the one who stays when the lights go out, finding your shot in the dark. This is where the mental calluses are formed. If you can't handle the loneliness of the morning grind, you will never handle the pressure of the fourth quarter. It's not about the love of the game anymore, it's about the war of attrition. Are you ready to disappear for years just to have one chance to be seen? Because that's the entry fee. There are no shortcuts, no magic shoes, and no luck. There is only the repetition. The boring, painful, exhausting repetition that turns a boy into a machine. You have to fall in love with the boredom. You have to crave the burn in your lungs. This is the basement of the NBA. If you don't build it here, the whole tower will crumble when you reach the top. Now look at your body. In the NBA, you aren't playing against humans. You're playing against elite physical specimens. You're playing against 7-footers who move like cats and guards who are built like tanks. If you stay soft, you stay home. You need to turn your body into a weapon of war. This isn't just about hitting the gym. This is about scientific destruction and reconstruction. Every muscle group, every tendon, every joint must be reinforced. We're talking about vertical explosiveness that defies gravity. We're talking about lateral quickness that makes you a nightmare on defense. You need to be able to take a hit from a 250-pound center and still finish at the rim with touch. Most players fail because their bodies betray them. They get fast, but they get brittle. You need to be iron. Your diet isn't food anymore, it's fuel. Your sleep isn't rest, it's recovery. You treat your body like a multi-million-dollar machine because that's exactly what it's going to be. If you cheat on one set of squats, you're cheating your future self. The weight room is where you earn your longevity. You think LeBron or Kobe got there by just shooting? They were monsters in the shadows. They pushed their limits until their limits moved. You have to learn to love the pain of the squat rack. You have to embrace the ice baths and the agonizing stretching sessions. Your engine has to be bigger than anyone else's. When everyone else is gasping for air in the final 2 minutes, you need to be able to sprint like it's the tip-off. That physical edge is what keeps you on the floor when the coach is looking to make a sub. If you are a liability physically, you are a liability to the team. You build the armor now so you can survive the 82-game grind later. There is no room for skinny or weak in the paint. You either dictate the contact or you get moved out of the way. Become the hammer, not the nail. Physicality gets you in the door, but skill keeps you in the room. You need to be a surgeon with the ball. We aren't talking about fancy dribbling for Instagram. We're talking about functional, tight, violent handles that gets you to your spots. You need to be able to shoot the lights out from anywhere on the floor. A 35% shooter is a bench warmer. A 45% shooter is a star. That 10% difference is a million reps. You need to master the art of the pick and roll. You need to read the defense before they even know what they're doing. This is the IQ part of the game. You need to be a student of the film. Watch the greats. Watch how they move without the ball. Watch how they manipulate their defenders with a glance or a shoulder shimmy. You are learning a language, and you need to be fluent. Your footwork has to be flawless. 1 extra inch on a step back is the difference between a clean look and a blocked shot. You have to be able to pass out of a double team with pinpoint accuracy. The NBA game is fast, faster than anything you've ever seen. You have to slow it down in your mind. That only happens through experience and obsession. You should know every angle of the court like the back of your hand. You should be able to hit a corner 3 with your eyes closed because your muscle memory is that deep. Don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Every day, 1,000 makes. Not 1,000 shots, 1,000 makes. If your hand is cramped, keep shooting. If your legs are shaking, keep shooting. The rim is the only judge that matters, and it doesn't care about your excuses. You are building a toolkit so deep that the defense has no answer for you. When they take away your drive, you hit the pull-up. When they play you tight, you blow by them. Be a problem that no one can solve. Now let's talk about what's between your ears. The NBA is 90% mental. Once you get to the elite level, everyone is fast, everyone is strong, and everyone can shoot. What separates the all-stars from the busts is the predator mindset. You have to be a cold-blooded killer on that court. There is no room for nice guys. When you step across those lines, the man in front of you is trying to take your job, your money, and your dream. You have to want to destroy him. You need a short memory. You miss a shot? So what? You get blocked? Get back on defense. The elite don't get rattled. They don't let the crowd, the refs, or the trash talk get into their heads. They stay in the zone. You need to develop a level of focus that is almost pathological. Look at MJ. Look at Kobe. They weren't just better. They were mentally unbreakable. They thrived on the pressure. When the game is on the line and everyone else's heart is racing, yours should be slowing down. You have to crave the big moments. You have to want the ball when the season is on the line. Most people are afraid of failure. You have to be more afraid of being average. You need to be your own harshest critic. If you played a great game but missed 2 defensive assignments, that should haunt you. You don't play for the stats. You play for the win. And winning requires a level of sacrifice that most people find insane. You have to be willing to be the bad guy to your teammates if they aren't working as hard as you. Leadership isn't about being liked, it's about being respected. You set the tone. If you're the first one in and the last one out, they have no choice but to follow. Build a mind that can weather any storm. If you can't be broken mentally, you can't be stopped on the court. The path to the league is a political minefield. You have to play the game outside the game. High school, AAU, college, G League, it's all a business. You are a product and you need to market yourself. But the best marketing is winning. You need to understand that every time you step on the court, someone is watching. A scout, a GM, an agent. They aren't just looking at your points, they're looking at your attitude. Do you pout when you're subbed out? Do you cheer for your teammates? How do you handle a loss? They are looking for reasons to say no, because there are too many yes candidates. You need to find the right circle. Surround yourself with people who push you, not people who tell you how great you are. Yes men are the fastest way to a failed career. You need a mentor who has been through the fire. You need to understand the CBA, the contracts, and the branding, but never let the business overshadow the basketball. If you take care of the game will take care of you. The combine is the ultimate job interview. You'll be poked, prodded, and questioned. You need to be professional. You need to be articulate. You need to show them that you are an investment worth millions. The road to the draft is a marathon of pressure. One bad workout can cost you millions of dollars. One good interview can change your life. You have to stay grounded while everyone is blowing smoke up your skirt. Keep your head down and keep working. The draft hat is just the beginning of the real work. Getting drafted isn't the goal. Staying in the league for 10 years is the goal. Don't be a one and done in life. Build a career, not just a highlight reel. You made it. You're standing in the tunnel, you hear the bass of the stadium music, and you see the lights. You're wearing the jersey. But here's the secret. The hard part just started. Now you're playing against the best in the world every single night. There are no off nights in the NBA. If you slack for 1 second, a vet will embarrass you. This is where the legends are made. It's about the 82-game grind. It's about playing through injuries, playing through fatigue, and playing through the noise of the media. You have to become a professional in every sense of the word. You have to manage the money, the fame, and the pressure without losing your soul. Remember why you started. Remember that kid on the asphalt at 4:30 a.m. That kid didn't want the money. He wanted the greatness. Don't let the lifestyle kill the hunger. The greats are never satisfied. One ring isn't enough. One all-star game isn't enough. They want to be the greatest to ever walk. They want their jersey in the rafters. They want to change the game. That's the level you're aiming for. You aren't just an athlete. You are an inspiration. You are proof that obsession beats talent every time. When you finally retire and you look back, you shouldn't have a single what if. You should be able to say you gave every drop of sweat and every ounce of your spirit to the game. That is how you become a legend. That is how you become an NBA player. The ball is in your hands. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with it? The league is waiting. Go take what's yours.